Hey, what is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Ali Madawi back at it. It is Monday, and this is a brand new installment of the Yup Daily. I gotta fix these lights. I shouldn't be traveling as much as I do because my wife and kids get into this office and they ruin all of my stuff. But in any case, I am super excited, happy, and privileged to have the opportunity to be right back in here with you one more time on our Yup Daily. Do me a favor, wherever you may be around the world. Let me know where you're chiming in from. What city, what state, what country, and are you ready for March Madness? What's going on? What's going on? Let me see and say good morning to some amazing, incredible people. Hey, Heidi, how are you? So great to see you. Mary, what's going on? England, I was just doing a whole training on entrepreneurship for a high school in England, literally just come out of it. Hey, Lisa from New Jersey, Debbie from Vero Beach, Florida. What's going on, my friend? Good morning to each and every one of you. Who's ready for that March Madness? Because it is March 1st, and oh my goodness, we are ready to rock and roll. So today, I want to talk to you about how to create commitment between you and your team. One of the things that I hear all the time is, oh, I got sleepers. My team is not active. My people are not listening to me. No one is respecting me. I'm not an influencer in my team. Well, there's a reason for that. It's not that they are lazy or you're not an influencer. There is a disconnect between you and the individuals that are working with you. And it all starts with expectations, just so you know. If the expectations are right, everything else works out. If the expectations are wrong, well, that's where there's gray area. So how about we work together today on identifying some of the tweaks that you can do right here, right now, that you literally can start on the 1st of March of 2021 with an incredible game plan where your team is going to get committed. Right commitment if you are ready for it. Hey, Christina, I see you. Yeah, I'm excited. I just did a whole class for the UK in a high school in the UK for entrepreneurship. That was amazing. All right, cool. Commitment. Here's what we're going to do. The very first thing that I want you to write down, memorize, save. If you're driving, don't do none of the above. Is to identify for the person you're talking to, and here's the formula: from X to Y by when. From X to Y by when. This is the general commitment game plan, right? Like, I am at 0. I need to make $5,000 of sales by the end of the month, right? Like, I'm just making something up in here. So from X to Y by when. See, when we have that formula, when you and I understand where we are, where we want to go, and by when, that is the very first foundational piece for you and I to be able to say, okay, we're committed. Because we know where we are, we identified it, we know where we want to go, and we agreed that we want to do it by a certain amount of time, right? Now, once you do that, that's not enough. It actually goes a little bit more than that, but that is just that's just the foundational piece. So from there, you have to set up some expectations, meaning what I'm going to do and what you are going to do. And then we have to make sure we also set up some units of measurement, meaning how do we measure our success from X to Y by when? Let's talk about each piece individually. The very first thing is making sure that from X to Y is not, I'm going to make $1 million in 3 days. That is ridiculous, right? Like, don't go crazy. I know a lot of us entrepreneurs, our ambition is a lot bigger than our work ethic, right? We're like, I'm going to be a millionaire in 6 days. Okay, that's great. But in reality, there's a lot of work. And if you break it down, you identify that there's no way you're going to make $1 million in 6 days. So making sure that we have a big enough, challenging enough, but a real X to Y by when. Afterwards, I'm going to let you know, here is what I'm going to do every single day. I will adjust my calendar. I will make myself available. I will present with you. I will prospect with you. I will do income producing activities with you. Here's what you are supposed to be doing. I need you to commit that you're going to show up in the qualified events that I'm going to be working with you in for income producing activities, prospecting, so on and so forth. See, by having that interaction and identifying what I'm going to contribute to X to Y by when, and what you are to contribute to X to Y by when. It creates this accountability to one another, meaning if you don't do your part, we're not going to move from X to Y by when. If I don't do my part, I'm not going to move from X to Y by when. So there needs to be a full, clear game plan of what you're going to do and what I'm going to do. Once you mash those two and we are in agreement, man, the magic is about to happen. Then afterwards, we need to have a unit of measurement. Here's what I mean. It's not enough to say that I'm going to make $5,000 of sales by the end of the month. It's just not enough at all. You need specific daily unit of measurements of activity, not end results. See, it is the activity that drives the results, not the results that drives the activity. A lot of people say, well, I'll become a speaker when I make $1 million. No, you will never make $1 million unless you become that speaker. So it's the activity that drives the results. So let me explain. When we talk about we want to make $5,000, I will take my calculator and say, okay, in 4 weeks, let's say we're going to work 20 days, Monday through Friday, right? I'm giving you the benefit of Saturday and Sunday. And then I'm going to say, let's break down 5,000 and let's divide it by 20 days. That tells me and you that we have to do $250 worth of sales per day every Monday through Friday for the next 4 weeks in order for you and I to hit the $5,000. But that's not enough. See, it's easy for me and you, again, to say, okay, $250 a day. But what is the unit of measurement for the $250? See, that's where we do a little bit of critical thinking. Hey, how many people did we talk to get a customer? 10 people. Good. So we get 1 out of 10, right? Yes. And what is the average customer transaction? $50. So we need 5 customers a day, right? Yes. So to get 5 customers a day, we need to talk to 50 people, right? Yes. See, now we have specific unit of measurements. It's not about just making $5,000 a day. It's about talking to 50 people a day in order to get 5 customers a day, yielding $50 each, which is $250 Monday through Friday. That will give us the $5,000. It is all about having a true unit of measurement. Why am I sharing this with you? Today's March 1st, and many of you are having the resolution mindset, right? The new month resolution. All right, it's a new month, new me. Okay, well, we said that on February and January and every month there before, but okay, let me go with that. I don't want you to just say, I want to achieve such and such. That's an end result. You need to reach out to your accountability partner. You need to reach out to your team if you're leading a team. And you need to establish real X to Y by when. You need to get real commitments. Here is what I'm going to do every single day for the remainder of this month. Here is what I'm expecting you to do should you accept to commit to X to Y by when. And then reverse engineer the activity. It isn't enough to show up one webinar a week and expect you to build a business. That is not how a business is built. It is day in and day out activity that would lead to an average enrollment, that would lead to an ongoing process, that would lead to that rank advancement or that monthly earnings or whatever the case may be. So recap on that one first, because I'm about to give you a part two to that. Number 1, X to Y by when. Do you have that identified? If you don't, you got a little bit of homework for today. Number 2 is making sure you set up the expectations with your team members. And you can do this on an individual basis or on a group session with your whole team. And have a whole session where you're identifying this together. Are you going to do that? I'm hoping that you will. Because it is extremely important for you to achieve the success. And then identifying a unit of measurement. Not for the end of the month, on a day-to-day activity. What is the average enrollment per activity? Okay, I enroll 1 out of 10. Cool. I need to talk to 10 people in order to get 1. I need 10 people this month. Cool. I need to speak to 100 people. And if I don't speak to 100 people, it is not going to happen. And then you break down 100 divided by 20, which will give you 50 people a day that you have to talk to. It's not easy, but it's definitely, it doesn't have to be hard. If you organize and prepare for greatness, marking and algebra, I like that one. If you prepare for your greatness, I promise you the greatness will appear. Now, the last piece to the puzzle. I believe that you've worked hard enough to be ready to lead individuals. I don't think leadership is a matter of having a certification or a chip on your shoulder or a title. I believe leadership is just simply to step up to the plate. I think that you have what it takes to lead your team starting today. It only comes to that you have not allowed or asked your team to allow you to lead them. Let me explain. There are many of you that I've had conversations with individually over the last 4 weeks, specifically the last 4 weeks. And there were a few that literally created their own lead groups, right? Leaders in development groups. They created an accountability system every single day. And for a year prior, you didn't have anything like that, but you stepped up. Overnight, you said, hey, team, from this point forward, we're going to start a process and we're going to do such and such and such. And we're going to work together every single day to create activity every single day. That's going to create results every single week. And then we're going to rank advance and have fun things happen. You need to step up. You need to be the leader that your team wants you to be, not needs you. They want you to lead them. It's your time. You don't need to be a global master trainer to lead people. You just need to do so. And what are the qualifications of a leader? Do you say what you do and do what you say? Integrity. Do you have work ethic? And are you willing to do whatever it takes to back up what you're going to tell me? See, leadership is the ultimate sign of commitment. When you start leading people, they will commit to you because they see you investing time, energy, and resources into their own success. And that's just how human beings work. At least most of us. I commit to a team because the team is 100% leading the way, doing what it needs to be done. When things don't work out, they say, hey, we messed up. And as an overall team, creating incredible movements in 6 continents, things sometimes don't work out the way they need to, but it's communicated. As a team, I see the leader of the team, our CEO, in my case, working his tail off, matching, if not doing more than I ever have done in the past, which tells me what? Man, he's leading the way. I gotta do my part. I can't let him just carry the burden of growing a multi-billion-dollar company by himself. So I commit, right? I commit. Hey, Ali, here's what we need to do from here till here by when. He sets up a foundation of what we need to focus on. Cool. Here's what I'm expecting out of you, Ali. And here's what I got you with, Ali. This is the conversations that we have. I'm not telling you to inspire or motivate you. I'm telling you literally what I experience every single day with Jimmy Ezel, for example. So you need to lead. It is time. It is time. I believe in each and every one of you. Otherwise, it would be suicidal for me to send a message out to thousands of people across the globe like I'm doing right now if it was not beneficial to you, to your audience, and to us. So it's time for you to step up. It's time for you to lead the way. It's time for you to show what income-producing activities are. A leader does not just show up when the team is winning. I mean, think about sports. The teams lose more than they win. Most of the time, 80% of the time, they lose as far as the seasons go. But they would absolutely remember and live for the greatness of those few wins. So I need you to be okay with failing forward, with understanding that it might not be all pretty and sunshine for you as a leader just yet, because you don't know what you don't know, but you have us. You have a community. We're stepping up our game as an entrepreneurial community across the board in all of our verticals. And we need you to step up as well. I cannot wait for each and every one of you to have an incredible March Madness. I can promise you there are so many fun things that we're going to do within our Yup to Freedom Challenge, and so many more opportunities that we have. For which, by the way, it's March 22nd. We have another Yup to Freedom Challenge, but it is time for you to lead the way. It's not about a title. The title will be earned when you lead. Some people say, well, when I become this title, then I'll be able to be a leader. No, that is not how it works. You have to lead towards that title. You got to earn your stripes. You heard that term before? It's the same exact thing in here. You can have the biggest title in the world and people still would not respect you. Leadership is bigger than just making money. Leadership is, are you making people better around you? Are you elevating people with you? Are you positioning people to win? I believe that we're doing that in here in our community. And I believe it's your time. It is your opportunity. Whether you are a trainer, a contributor, a speaker, a client of ours, a customer, or doing anything within our community, it is time for you to lead. Your family needs you to lead. Your spouse needs you to lead. Your kids need you to lead. No more mediocrity. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful, offensive, condescending way. I mean it in, I know you're great and you're withholding your greatness out of, I'm shy, I'm afraid. Is that what we want to teach the people around us? Is that what we want to teach our children? It's time to lead. That is the main piece right now for your team to commit to you. Because if they see you step up for your family, for your organization, for your employees, if they see you step up and say, I'm about to up my game up, they will absolutely react. At least the right people will react and it will match that commitment. Then you can go back to X to Y by when. Then you can create expectations. Then you can have a unit of measurements and then the fun begins. But you got to lead. You can't expect your team to show up to something you're not showing up for. You can't expect your team to buy something you're not buying. You can't expect your team to sell something you're not selling or say something you're not saying. Oh, my people are asleep. I wonder why. My people are not doing anything. I wonder why. Nobody shows up to the Zooms. Oh, well, you missed 3 of them last week. Leads. Leaders. I love the idea of leadership, but I fear that it is an understatement to call somebody a leader nowadays. I fear that the digital world, the social media world has taken over the hype, has taken over where everyone is a leader, everyone is an entrepreneur, everyone is an influencer, everyone is successful. And I'm here to tell you that true impact is not defined by the title that you have for yourself, but the people that are around you. The impact, the influence that you're creating only shows through the people that you're working with. My success is irrelevant if the people around me are not eating with me. Doesn't matter how many filet mignon I have in front of me or how expensive of a steak if my team is starving. That just makes you a horrible person. So lead. Leaders, show up. I'm expecting you to show up to the qualified events that are available to you. Leaders, work their tail off. I'm expecting you to do your 8 to faint when you are available for it. I am not telling you to quit your job and don't pay the mortgage. But what I am telling you is when it's time, you have 2 hours for yourself. Are you watching reruns of Seinfeld? Right? Yeah, that. Are you watching that show? Or actually working your business? Are you watching ESPN or are you actually doing income producing activity? I know you can send 50 messages a day. I know you can do that before you go to bed, even when you wake up early in the morning. I see you post all day long. Why not turn that time that you're just posting about memes and stuff into income producing activities? It is time. We need leaders. We need you. And we know for a fact, I wouldn't be talking to you right now if I didn't know you had it in you. I know for a fact you have it in you. You just need to step up. X to Y by when? Expectations, commitments. Unit of measurements. You do that, man, you'll be a superstar and you'll definitely create the commitment that your team needs to have. Do me a favor. If this message hit home, can you do me a favor and just drop a fire or some emoji, something fun, right? Like a thumbs up or a picture of you even telling me how much of a smile you had as I was giving you this information, because we put this every single day for you to get the valuable information within our Young Entrepreneur Project community, because we believe into pouring into individuals. And for those of you who are yuppers, I cannot wait for an incredible leadership session tonight. at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So with that, I appreciate you. I love you. And I will see you tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for the rest of the world, I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Have a blessed day, everybody. Bye.